is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Brandon. For the last time, I love The Way Home.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I don't want to hear it.
Hi, I'm Dan. Nobody picked this show up, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
I was just on an island out there with this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast, huh? You couldn't. You couldn't recover from our intros. Maybe you're going to hear some raves about the finale, Brand. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know where I stand.
I feel decent about it. We went to the 1800s.
Yeah, that was big. That was big.
It was big. Big for me. Big for me. Big for Rye Guy. Big
really
for you.
about that.
Yeah.
Big for all of us. Right, guy, how are you today? Finale day is finally here.
As we call
Brand,
it. Yes.
I don't know how. So to pull back the curtain, although not really, we announced we were doing it.
Yeah.
We just watched the episode in real
This
time
is
here
fresh.
on Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day.
10:41
Brandon.
Eastern time. And I think it would be inauthentic to do some silly Rye Guy anecdote that I'm just trying to get into the best of to up my score. Like, I don't want to like step on your synopsis. I don't want to step on my hot take, but I'm not good, Bran.
Okay.
You're not good. You're not going to try anything else. That's it.
Listen, man, let's just do it, guys. The episode sucked.
Whoa.
Okay, the episode sucked. Like, why are we gonna wait? It was bad. And listen, I was gonna close my hot take with this. And Bran, I'm sorry. I know I'm throwing.
Yeah, he's just here.
It's
It's 11 p.m. and he's just out here.
I'm not here to tell anyone to not love these characters and to not have been really moved. If you love these characters, I think that's I know
right.
I'm going to sound really condescending and really Dan Thompson like here. If you love these characters, I think that's great. And I hope you got something out of this. But for the last 3 years, I've had to tiptoe on this freaking deal and be like, hey, listen, man, we're just talking about, I'm just going to say it, brass tacks point blank. If you want to defend this show as some cohesive, logical piece of storytelling,
No, don't do that.
we just disagree.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay.
I said
right?
good day. I said good day.
I am not here to yuck your yum. Listen, all the dumb stuff I like, all the poorly plotted shows I like, I'm right there with you. But if you want to be like, this is some beacon of great storytelling from the Hallmark Network, just disagree. And I think that's okay, Bran. Tell them that it premiered at the Dolby Theater and 8 days later on the Hallmark Network, and let's get to work.
Well, I don't know if it premiered at the Dolby or not, but at the very least,
that was not his hot take, and you're going to have to somehow gin up some positivity about the 1800s to save.
I'm
this
sorry.
thing.
Here
we go.
I think I don't want to live a lie. I'm here to be truthful with the audience.
Welcome aboard. Happy to have you, right?
Let's get to it. It's The Way Home. It is the series finale. Season 4, episode 10.
Yep.
Ahead by a Century, apparently, is the title.
Okay.
And it aired on Father's Day. the show about
good looking up at the big pop in the sky. You know what I mean?
The show about the strong women. They're on Father's Day. We can't have anything these days.
No,
us men.
You said it, brother.
Are they canceling Father's Day out there?
They're canceling Father's Day. Kat is pulling Elliot to safety because explosion.
Gunshot.
She's like, I got to get you to the pond. Luckily, Alice and Jacob show up to the 20s to help. The one and only time Alice shows up to the 20s?
I think so. I don't know. Someone will correct us.
Yep. Jacob helps Elliot into the pond. Kat and Alice jump after, but the pond takes everyone but Kat. She goes to the site of the explosion and sees Fern is there. She fears that Cliff is dead. Back in the present, Sam and Del see the gang show up with a bloody Elliot and call 911. Somebody call 911. Elliot is dying on the dance floor. Fern and Kat go back to her place, and she tells Kat that she's pregnant with Cliff's baby. Apparently, they found his hat down there. We all know what that means.
He did.
Fern says that she wants to jump. Luckily for her, they go back a day. She goes inside and talks to Cliff.
Gets? 5 more minutes.
She tells Cliff that she's pregnant and tells him to try not to be the hero tonight. Maybe that'll be enough to keep him from going to the mines. But we all know,
no,
can't do that.
Can't do that. Not on this show. Not on this year program.
So he died knowing he was going to be a father.
Cool.
I don't know if that's better or worse. Fern then opens up to Kat about her brother, how he time traveled and died. I don't know if those two things are related, but they both did happen. Fern isn't going to time travel anymore. She's done with it. She's just going to focus on raising her child. Grayson comes over and shows Fern that Lingermore belongs to the Landrys. Fern says, burn the deed. The only place the Landrys belong is right here on this here farm. Apparently, Elliot made it through surgery. Jacob says that he's going to jump and hopefully show up in the 20s to tell Kat, hey, good news about Elliot. Alice jumps and finds Tessa burying the suitcase, and she tells Alice about why she's jumping. She saw Griff, and that Griff can time travel, and she sees this as her way out. She don't want to be around anymore. Kat and Tessa agree to keep each other's secrets, and Alice and Tessa agree to keep each other's secrets, and Alice is going to keep Elliot safe. Bad news, everyone. Jacob jumps into the pond and ends up in the 1800s.
Oh, boy.
You guys are right.
Didn't see it coming.
You guys are right.
I love how you thought we weren't going to
But
the
we can all agree, pointless? Yes?
Pointless.
Yes?
So pointless.
Yes?
The most pointless.
On that. Yeah, nailed it.
He catches up with the 1800s family. Papa Landry gives him some free therapy, and he's out of there. Alice jumps again, but doesn't go home. She ends up in 1984 and sees Griff, and he said that he came back to get medicine for Tessa, but the pond shut him out. It's a tough go of it for everyone involved. Jacob jumps back and makes up with Abby. Fern and Kat say their goodbyes, and Kat jumps. Alice goes to jump when old Fern shows up and says, I've always known. So, got him. They hugged, though, so that's all. It's all good. Kat shows back up in present day, and she and Elliot, who is totes fine, by the way, they kiss big ones. Apparently, Nick is coming back into town to try to convince Dell to sell the boat.
Sell that boat.
Thank you. Kat has that reel from Coils, and they wonder how it ended up back after they tried to get rid of it, and who the heck split the clip. Alice wonders if Tessa is responsible for it somehow. Good as guess as any, I guess. Jacob goes to talk to Mr. Goodwin, and they call a truce. Can't break a truce. Kat has started to write the family history and tries to figure out why or how Fern knew about Jacob, but how that lore never passed down to, like, Colton, right? It was lore, family lore, and at some point didn't get passed down anymore. Alice goes outside to talk to Max, and he's like, you wrote a song for me, and I know it. She's like, kindly, sir, right now is not the time for this. And so he leaves, and Nick pops out of nowhere and is like, hey, maybe stop focusing on the past and focus on what's right in front of you. She does not do that. Instead, she jumps again and ends up talking to an old Evelyn in a wheelchair watching old reels. Evelyn is not thrilled. She lived her entire life knowing that everybody that she knew was basically a time traveler and kept it from her. But she says, I've come to peace with it.
Got over it quickly, Bran.
Real quick,
Alice,
Real quick.
Alice, you helped me live a full life. You told me to travel, and I did. And my full life is because of you, so they hug, and yay. Back in present day, Casey shows up out of nowhere and is like, it's my fault, Dell, about the whole Sam situation, because I told Sam not to tell you, but, I know how to fix this. And they jump together. And they pop out the evening of the summer kickoff 1999. Colton is there coming, because this is time traveling Colton, who also went to time travel back to to the summer kickoff in 1999. So he's coming back to jump back into the pond, and that's when he sees Del. Del is there, and they have a wonderful heart-to-heart. They slow dance together 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
In present day, Elliot proposes to Kat, and she says yes. Alice snags her guitar and sings a song, yay for them. Del comes back and sells the boat to Nick, and she and Sam have a big moment of fun, and she calls him a rascal. She calls him a rascal. Calls him a rascal.
You.
Little rascal.
Alfalfa.
Yeah. Alice and Max chat, and apparently she broke up with her boyfriend. He says, I'm proud of you. She says, the song isn't necessarily about you, but it's about the type of love that I want, and all the roads seem to be going back to you. And so they end up kissing, and I guess that's good. Nick was there watching the whole time like a friggin' weirdo. He's like, I'm excited to take Claire on my new boat.
And you'll meet Claire.
Alice says, will I ever meet Claire? And he says, maybe one day if we get picked up for season 5. Kat and Elliot are hanging out, looking at the clock, and Elliot rattles off some theory about how maybe his mom ended up living, and that's how the clock ended up in the walls. Good enough for me.
There's a house with a clock.
That's exactly right. Jacob is talking to Alice about how he wishes that he had a good ring like old Elliot did. Alice is like, well, I got this one. Casey had it around the neck, and then they realized that Casey had the ring is at Casey's Jacob and Abby's kid.
Whoa, my goodness. The hits keep coming.
They get married. Literally everyone's there for it.
Yep.
In real life or ghost or otherwise. And then Kat and Alice celebrate by jumping in the pond again. And that, my friends, was The Way Home, Season 4, Episode 10, Ahead by a Century.
We did it.
We did do it.
Yes, we did.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We will check on Rye Guy and break this episode down here on
Deck the Hallmark. That's the name of the show. We're back.
Howdy.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Go Power
They've had some
Rangers.
slappers.
I'm just trying to
I can't
help
wait.
pick you back
I
up.
mean, we already heard an appetizer. I get to hear the full hot take from Rye Guy now. It's going to be great.
Hey, Tori Kelly's here. I'm just trying to help.
They could have.
Tori Kelly shows up to sing the song at the wedding. This finale safe.
I'd be a little more kind.
Sure.
Yeah, like, you know.
All right. Well, we've already heard your hot take, but I guess we'll start with you anyway. Rye Guy, what do you think of The Way Home series finale?
It's among the worst series finales I've ever seen.
100% accurate.
And I'll listen. I'll get it out of the way now. Am I empathetic, as we've said for several weeks now, to the situation they were given? Sure, but you can't grade on a curve. And even if I was to grade on a curve, I would still say that I think it's one of the worst series finales I've ever seen. They lost me as soon as they teased the Elliot death. And listen, I knew they weren't going to kill Elliot, but they really, really, really go out of their way to have us think they did it. And then it's just quickly revealed to be a smokescreen. And that's the theme of the episode, right? So like they, again, this is what I was saying a minute ago. It's just bad storytelling, bad writing, even given the plight that they had to have Jacob go, I'm just using this as an erroneous example. Oh man, you know what I'm going to do with 44 minutes left in the series is try to destroy the pond. Just to set up that idea and then to kill that idea 2 scenes later, maybe 3 scenes later, is just bad.
I was so angry about this. By
the way, that idea, and again, given the situation they had, they weren't given this chance. That idea would have been an interesting idea for a full season. Right? Or at least to have that be, because they did know what was happening last week, to have that at least be the thread that leads us into the finale. To set it up, just to agree with Bran, to have it be 2 scenes later, meaningless scenes in the 1800s, have it go away. I understand that they had to rush so many things along, and that they chose what this episode chooses to do is answer some things in the most asinine, illogical way possible. But more than anything, just give everybody a nice, cheerful moment. So you kind of look over the fact that nothing really makes sense.
That's what they're trying to do.
And nothing was really answered. I'm not saying to the people out there that are going, this guy's just yapping. I'm not saying that they didn't answer anything. Yeah, they gave us some answers, but a lot of them are reached illogically. A great example of that, Bran, and Dan, is that, they, at one point, this was a wait what, but I'll just say it here. Oh, Sam was so marvelous. He told the cops that it was just an accident to how Elliot got shot.
Oh my gosh.
You can't do this.
That's not how that works.
You can't do this as a show.
It was an accident. Your words good enough for me.
Yeah, it's just, and that's not an example of the show being canceled unceremoniously and them having to scramble. That's the biggest problem I've had with this whole season is tell, don't show. And that's tell, don't show that doesn't make any sense. And so, listen, we just had a bunch of people kiss. Those shots were composed very well, if you want me to say something positive. And Sadie LaFlame Snow, she sings really well. I don't know, dude. It was season 1 was cool. We were very forgiving of the stuff that didn't make sense. The show got worse. The stuff made less sense. The show's bad. Yeah. I apologize to those that like the show, but
don't do that. They don't have to listen. It's fine. Yep. It is what it is.
The show was bad. This episode was bad. I will always be grateful that it brought me here to deck the Hallmark 4 years later.
Amen.
So many good times. All those good times we had playing football in the mud. But this was all bad, Bran, and I don't apologize for saying that.
Playing football in the mud.
That was a Too Fast, Too Furious.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Oh, that was silly of me.
Yeah.
Remember the race wars?
What a thing.
I was actually just thinking about that the other day.
What a thing that Fast and
Furious how ridiculous
did.
it is that they called it that 8 movies
And then
later.
you guys didn't even think about it, and then I brought it up, and you guys were both like, what in the world?
I'd still have no idea without you, Dan. Bran, I won't miss this, and I'll kick it to you.
It's all fine for me. And I was going to sit here, and I was going to be like, you know what? I had fine time with this. Was it clunky? Sure. was it basically an hour and then an epilogue that was clearly added on? Sure. But then y'all had to go goof and poke the hornet's nest. And that hornet's nest happens to be the 1800s.
Poke the bear and kick the hornet's nest. It doesn't matter. You poke the hornet's nest. Right into the Trojan horse. That's right.
I told you guys, don't do it. And I was gonna be here, and there were a couple of moments that even moved me. But y'all had to go goof. You had to go back and do a scene that didn't matter and go back to the 1800s. And that's unforgivable. Everything else, I forgive you. It is what it is. But going back to the 1800s in this finale, dadgummit, I was mad. And that's hard. It's hard for me to get over that happens. I will get to the moments that moved me later, because as you know, Dan, as a fan of the Hallmark Channel,
that's right.
My motto is manipulate me, baby.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm here to be manipulated. Correct. I sign that manipulation waiver every time I turn on the Hallmark Channel, and I know that, and I love that. And so there are some things that did move me in this episode, but dadgummit, the 1800s was not necessary, and it was not kind. It was not kind to your boy Bran, and I did not appreciate that. Dano?
I would say with TV shows that have gone at least 4 seasons, this might be the worst series finale. And I will say this. Ryan said we're not grading on a curve, and I will take into account the fact that they did not know that this was ending. And Ryan did say he had empathy for them, and I do too. If you have made your show and then find out with 2 episodes left to make that it is ending and you thought you had another season, you have 2 things you can do. One of them is finish the season as written and then let viewers get mad at the network for canceling you, right? Finish it as written. I guarantee you the original version of this was a standard cliffhanger. We probably see Claire show up or something, and then we don't get any resolution, and then the fans get upset. They start a letter writing campaign, and I bet you get a 5th season somewhere. The other version is try to be everything to every person and literally have a finale that is a 90-minute information dump. And that information dump is designed to placate, not designed to be qualitatively good in any scenario. We talked to the showrunners and creators of this show in season 1 who assured us they had a plan for this show. I no longer believe that was the case. There is just no world. Nothing about this. Look, we reviewed Avengers Endgame. It felt like right before this. Avengers Endgame has plot holes, but all of it is told with conviction. I'm not asking for The Way Home to all make sense. I'm not asking for it to have a budget the size of a Marvel movie. I'm asked for it to be told with some sort of conviction plumb line, like something that we can rely on to go, the actors are all on board for this. The story has all led to this moment, and we don't get any of that. Flash forward to a wedding. Of course, it's Kat and Elliot's wedding. No, it's not. It's Jacob and some woman's name I forgot.
Abby.
Guys,
a bunch of ghosts.
This show is about women like healing generational trauma by not fixing the past, but moving forward and loving better and being stronger. And we find out that Jacob is the one. No, he's not. This is crazy town. What we're doing here is nuts. The Del and Sam scene, which I'll talk about in the Wait What, is one of the worst scenes I've ever seen of any kind. How they decided, you could have written, you already wrote the last 2 episodes. They already had the scripts for the last 2 episodes. You and I both know it. They knew they were getting a 5th season with 2 episodes to go, and then they got the rug pulled out from under them, and I hate that for them. Make the show you were going to make. You're confident in what you were doing. Make the show you were going to make. Leave the cliffhanger sitting there and let viewers get mad at the network and not you. You took a different route, and it was the wrong one. Bad finale. Even if you like this season, you cannot look me in the face and say that this made sense. Bad finale for a bad season, for ultimately a bad series of television. So thrilled to be done.
Well, our next series, Dan, is Lacey Chabert fall in love 3 different times. You excited about that?
It's going to be better than this.
I'm really excited about that. I saw the trailer for that.
But don't you agree with me? Why not just make the season 4 and then stand on business and then make viewers try to push for the 5th, right? Isn't that the way to do that?
I mean, it's certainly better than what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and to be fair, we wouldn't have liked that episode either, more than likely.
I see it both ways. So, I see, as somebody who's created stuff before, like, you fall in love with those characters too. And you want, like, the idea of not having resolution, like.
But if you believe that if you believe in what you're doing and you believe that there's an audience out there, like, then you keep the integrity you believe you have and make the show the way that you wrote it, and then allow the viewers to take it from there. And if you have to do Q&As and write a novel or whatever to tell people the end of the story, then that's what it takes.
Yeah, Dan, you touched on this a little bit, and Bran, I know it's late, so I won't belabor this, but I also feel like, we've just so drifted from the original premise of season 1.
Yeah.
Like the episode where Colton dies and Kat has to realize that there's nothing she could have done to save Colton's life. It's just like, I feel like everyone meeting everybody in the 70s and 20s, and as nice as the scene between Colton and Del was, it's like, that wasn't when the creators came on in season 1, what they're saying, if you read between the lines, is like, we're not just gonna have everybody meet everybody and have everything be hunky-dory. I just feel like we really have strayed from that, not just in this episode and the season, but in general. But it's just a very different show than the show that was on in season 1. That's all I'll say.
Let's get to the feels. Did it sound like it was coming from me on?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well, I tried to roll in. Man. Anyway, it's time for the feels. Raga, any feels for you?
I was pumped about the 1800s and then Bran, but
Carl, you stop it.
I was just, that's cool to be right. But
yeah.
You weren't happy that it happened.
We're pumped that we were right.
Happy that you were right.
I mean, it was so very clear they were going to go. It's a series finale. They was I
never doubted.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I was locked in on that one. Bran, those aren't, even if they are ghosts in the epilogue that they clearly shot after the fact with a different crew, that's all bad either. Not everyone just can't see ghosts.
No, no, it's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad. The wedding at the end of this episode's so bad.
Yeah, and then one last thing. These poor folks, I thought about this episode. They have to film these pond scenes. We can see their breath. They're getting water dumped on them. Good for them.
Yeah.
What soldiers? What troopers?
That's right.
That's kudos to them. But the episode really stunk.
Yeah, thank you for your service. Listen, every time I see Colton and Del have a scene together, I feel robbed because we didn't get a lot of them. And so the scene, it worked for me. Del and Colton dancing, one last dance, 5 more minutes, if you will, as their granddaughter we're hearing her sing, obviously in present time, but that song is carrying over. That was really nice. And that scene worked. Those two are wonderful together. I want more of him on the network. Just doing like showing up and being Andrew Walker's dad or something. Man.
Uncle Landry, he rules.
Yeah, he rules.
He's great.
And that scene did work for me, and I'm not afraid to say that.
I'm thrilled that scene worked for you, Bran. I also will say that when Jacob and Alice take gunshot wound Elliot from the pond to the house, it reminded me of Weekend at Bernie's, which is quite a hilarious film. Back to you, Bran.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up here. Here on
Deck the Hallmark.
We're back. We're talking about The Way Home, the series finale. It's time for the Wait What. It's where we talk about what in this episode made us go, wait, what? I'll start with you, Rat Guy.
I already talked about Sam was amazing. He kept the police at bay, told them it all was an accident.
So great.
Which is like one of the dumbest things ever.
He was on another transport. That's the Chewbacca was on another transport of The Way Home.
Yeah. All right. So follow me here. You're telling me this guy Elliot got shot at point blank range.
Yeah. By a 1920 slug.
Yep. Trekked through an entire set of woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
From Kat's firsthand account, stopped breathing. Did a pond jump.
Weekend at Bernie's up to the house.
Yeah. Had to then trek back through that exact same set of woods the other way, now in a different time.
Yeah.
And got to Del's house, and he's just got a sling. He's fine.
He's doing remarkable, right, guy? Like, he's doing the day after
resilient.
He gets shot point blank in the 1920s. It looks like he did not even have surgery.
But at least several miles of on foot travel.
Like, he would have been in critical condition. He'd have been in the ICU to make sure that the levels stay. It would have been a week. This guy is home in 12 hours. Like, the folks in the pit are lying to us. They just aren't good at their jobs, I don't think. Like, if this guy can go in with a gunshot wound from the 20s, and forget the police report, the fact that they got that bullet out and everything sanitized back to normal, wild. What a wild time to be alive.
Good thing that they didn't go to a teaching hospital or whatever.
No kidding.
That would have been a whole thing.
Tough.
Hey, so if someone comes in with a gunshot wound from the 20s, what do we do?
What do we do? That's right. What do we do
first?
Whitaker, listen, the nail in the coffin of Kat not caring enough for Elliot is that she presumes he's dead. And then, listen, I know that Fern is going through a tough time, but there's about like 15 minutes where Kat doesn't mention Elliot's name.
No, she's like, the pond won't let me go back. I guess them was the breaks.
I guess I got to have a casual conversation with Fern. Yeah. So that was good. And then my last wait, whatever for the way home, Bran. And I feel like it's pretty fitting, Del and Papa Landry, they meet up in 99. Why didn't Del just do this earlier? Or why didn't KC just, like, if we can just do this?
Yeah.
Why not
just can craft a perfect
why did we
moment
wait till
for
the
5
series
more
finale
minutes?
to do this?
It's so stupid. And how did Casey know that that's where they would go if they jumped?
I had that down. Casey popped out and was like, we're at the summer kickoff of 99. And then they run away. And it's like, how'd they know?
Us where we need to go, unless you're KC. Which, granted, by the way, that could have also been an interesting thread to explore. Maybe KC does time travel differently, but they never give us any of that. That's me making
maybe in the future they learned how to manipulate the pond.
Right? Yeah. Like, I mean, but like that's me making a
these losers think the pond only takes you where you need to go. You kidding me
right
right
now?
All you had there was buttons over on the right side. You just press the buttons.
So
She goes through the good pocket.
right under the rock. There's a little slider.
It's like a calculator.
That's right.
Time moves differently in that pocket of the pond.
100%.
You just put it on shuffle? What did you do?
Whoopsies. All right, folks, bear with me here. So Elliot gets shot at 11:59 p.m. We know that because it's New Year's Eve.
That's right.
And
they're counting down.
Countdown, boom, explosion happens. So I'm assuming gunshot happened about 1 minute prior.
Roughly.
Right.
Yes.
We got to get under the ponds. Let's just be generous here and say, like, even if it took her,
just her,
and then Jacob and Alice eventually show up, if it took them, like, let's say like 2 hours to get to the ponds, like maybe even 3 hours to get to the pond. I don't know. But she finally jumps in, and then by the time she goes to the explosion site, it's daytime. Yeah. Did she just stay in the woods all night?
She stood. I guess she stayed there and kept trying to jump in the pond.
Did she? I don't know.
Yeah,
crazy that happened. But good for them. Wouldn't be a finale without a crazy clothing choice for time travel. Griff, my God.
Griff is making jeans look like a normal decision.
Griff jumps in with jeans, but also with like massive hooded sweatshirts.
He's got a hoodie and a leather jacket.
Yeah, hooded sweatshirt, leather jacket. Crazy. Yeah. That's a crazy move, Griff.
Hoodie's notoriously great for jumping in water.
Yeah. Can we add to the family book that Jacob loves so much? The first page just needs to be like, don't wear jeans or hoodies, or here's what to wear if you're going to time
moisture
travel.
Wicking clothes. Yeah,
maybe probably is that probably is the first page of the book, and it says wear jeans.
Yeah. Right. Yes. What to wear. Yeah, and then my last one is, guys, Elliot finally proposes. Big moment. No one thought to ask where Dell is?
Nah, nobody.
Dell is in 1999 when this is happening. He's waited all this time. Guys, maybe wait until Dell gets back to do the proposal. No one even asked. No one was like, "Wait, hey, are we ready? Hey, Alice, are we ready to go? Is Dell here? Dell's not here. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do it.
Just wait.
Crazy. Dana,
I know I mentioned it once before, but if we are to believe that the love story of Kat and Elliot is this transcendent thing for 4 years, will they, won't they? And then the screen goes black, and then it says the future, and we show up at a wedding. How the ever-loving blazes is it not their wedding? How? How did we go to a future wedding that isn't Kat and Elliot? Like,
you could give me 5 guesses right now, I wouldn't be able to tell you Jacob's wife's name.
I literally, guys, yeah, exactly. But like,
no one's worse with names than me.
But you have to write a synopsis.
That's true.
Kat and Elliot were supposedly from the get-go in game, right? Avengers. They get together. You get it.
That came out a couple days ago.
Yeah, our episode did. They flash forward to a wedding. Why can't you do all of these? Why can't you do all these ghosts at their wedding? Doesn't that make more sense? Like, why can't you just let the
Thomas is there flicking Elliot off?
Gosh.
Oh, that would have been funny.
This guy.
Also, so Nick has been talking about this girlfriend, Claire, for, I don't know, 8 years minimum.
There was a lot of rumors out there that Alice was Claire.
But like a lot of she's coming, like literally, was it last season? He's like, Claire's coming into town. Like he's been talking about this woman for forever. And for us to not meet her at all is just patently crazy. I know that you got things to do. You've been telling us she's coming to town for years. What were we going to say?
I won't do this justice, but there was one scene last season that we all thought was hilarious. We had really no context for anything about Claire, and he's just like, "Don't worry about Claire. I won't tell Claire.
It's this whole thing.
Yeah.
And we don't ever meet her, Bran. It just didn't matter.
I know.
Just stupid. Hey, let me introduce you maybe the worst scene ever filmed for television. Sam and Del are talking after Del has gone back and seen Papa Landry.
Yes.
And we know Casey shared the future with Sam. And that mucked some stuff up. And you could let us just go, all Casey said was, Sam, don't worry, you're going to end up with Del. And we probably could have maybe put 2 and 2 together or figure that out ourselves and not complained. Instead, do you know what we get? We get the 2 of them in the barn, and Sam goes, you want me to tell you everything that Casey said? She really went above and beyond with all this future stuff. And then Del goes, no, you rascal. And that's the scene. Cut. We got it. Print it. Let's move.
We did it.
Guys, what was that? What was that scene? You can't be getting told the future, you rascal. Is she going to have a relationship the rest of her life with him and never talk about, like...
And he knows everything that's going to happen?
Guys.
I assumed that he was also joking.
What? How?
In that moment.
Brand.
No. The way that he said it was very
he
silly.
said it like she was above and beyond, or they were above. Casey was above and beyond.
No, he's trying.
He was 100% going to tell her.
Del had been asking for honesty for the last 2 episodes.
I'm sorry. I thought that was pretty. Like I thought that the way he played that was pretty clear. Like
he just joking.
You
rascal.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's why she said you rascal, because he's playing.
Yeah. Okay. How about this?
You guys didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Why would they do that scene if he's joking?
Because they're fun. They're having flirty fun time as two
but
old
for
people.
us as the viewers, why would they do that scene?
To show us that they're having flirty fun time as old people.
But why would they could do that with any joke that isn't Casey's future information that they passed along to Sam? They could do it with anything else. Why'd they do it with that information?
Brand, they're also the episode where they're playing chess a couple weeks ago clearly kind of explicitly states that she tells him everything about the future.
That's right. It's so incredibly frustrating. How about the fact that...
I'm foggy on this.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Cliff, they bring in Cliff's hat, which I guess is Hallmark's way of showing you the dead body, I think. We're to assume Cliff is dead.
Cliff's dead, yeah.
But then right before the credits, we basically are told that Tessa could still be alive somehow with the clock in the wall. That's really... Guys...
We're told everyone could still be alive.
Yeah, you can just let people die. You can just do it. It's fine. Let people die. And then lastly, but certainly not least, I was unaware I was supposed to be pulling for Max and Alice to get together. Sorry. I guess that's on me. Sorry.
I thought, you know what? Like, I thought they were going to, like, because right before they kiss Big Ones, like, it seems like they're going to do, like, Alice doesn't need a man, which I thought was like, oh, that's a nice little choice. And then they gave her a man 5 seconds later.
Talk about tell, don't show. I broke up with my boyfriend.
Yeah, that was tough.
We're
when
above
he
board
said,
now.
I'm proud of you, that could have easily been her big brother. Like, it could have legitimately been her big... Like,
you rascal.
By the way, I feel bad for the actor, whoever that guy was, whatever Alice's other Flames character's name was. Like, that guy had the taco truck or whatever. We just never saw him again.
So Summer and Julie in the chat think Sam was also joking. And what I would say is this, is that's worse. I want to be very clear. For Casey and Sam to play chess and do this whole thing, and then for us to never hear anything about it, if you say nothing about that ever, then the viewer can just go, all that Casey told him was that he was going to end up with Del.
Yeah, I had to go back and watch the chess scene.
But we've been talking about this for weeks. What did Casey tell Sam? When is Sam going to tell everybody this? That's a big part of this season. For them to decide to use it as a joke,
right?
That is worse to me.
But they did the thing a couple weeks ago where Sam says, I'm going to be completely honest to her. But we don't get the scene, but he then goes in.
So once again.
No, but
I would also say,
we at the very least, we know that Del knows everything that Sam is.
We do.
Sam knows.
She just knows.
We know that already.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they were implying.
She says, "You rascal, you're not supposed to tell anybody the future." She says that in the scene.
But like a couple weeks ago when he
says, "I know about the pond."
Yeah, but then he's like, "I'm going to tell you everything," but we don't see.
I don't think he did because Del specifically says you're not allowed to tell anybody about the future.
I believe,
you rascal.
I'm paraphrasing, but Del's quote in the episode where we're just told that they talked is Sam told me everything and I asked him to leave. Like, it's something along those lines.
Boy.
The fact that we're having this conversation proves that it's bad.
It's so
right?
bad.
Like
it's
that we
so
don't have
bad.
clarity either way.
Or does
like,
it at the very least prove that Sam is rascal?
Sam is rascal.
Sam is rascal.
Colton
So
is
I think
horse.
that's-
Colton not horse. That was my sink or swim. I just gave it away. Sorry,
Well, it's time for
Colton.
sink or swim.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I don't know if I'm ready to bury that name. No, I'm not ready to bury
If
that.
it gets picked up, that's what we're doing.
Can you imagine Netflix getting a 5th season and getting the first scripts and being like,
We're only doing it if Colton is.
Colton's a horse?
Colton's a horse. I know the whole 5 more minutes thing probably would lead you to believe that he's not horse.
Colton's horse.
I'm not ready.
I'm ready to call it. Cliff is dead. Tess is dead.
No.
Colton is not horse.
Well, nay to you.
Nay to you,
Either
sir.
way. Right guy, any sink or swim?
I'm swimming at the idea that my Q rating goes back up with the audience now that we're done with this. I'm usually pretty optimistic.
People
pretty
love you,
positive
and then you
about
start
things.
talking bad about the way home, and you're in Dan's camp all of a sudden. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, there were even some bright spots these last 3 seasons. I really, as I've said so many times, I feel like in justification
Season
of how
3
much I've
finale.
yeah, I thought that was a great episode. And so, and I would be excited if you told me that these folks that created the show were doing a limited series on the Hallmark channel or a tight 6 or 8 episodes. I feel like is this crew's bag because season 1 slapped, even though I had some inconsistencies.
I have to believe that this is Hallmark's fault.
Oh, you said that last week, and I feel like there's definitely got to be something to it.
The season 1 was so good. You cannot.
The real test, I think, Dan, will be like, well, the Chicken Sister season 2 was still good.
Was better.
I was gonna say like Hope Valley 1874. Like, is it still good in season 2?
But neither of those shows have a component like The Way Home.
That's true. The Way Home is it's also a very interesting story because they weren't
right.
originally. It wasn't originally for the network.
That's
But
right.
I think that's an interesting point. That's a good salvo for me to finish on. Is that I think this is like if Hallmark ever wants to do, and granted it wasn't supposed to be Hallmark, a very big idea. Like this show felt like it was always kind of suffocating under the weight of the fact that they had to keep expanding this very big idea. And so I don't know. Lesson learned. Hopefully that really genuinely map these things out 4 seasons at a time if you're going to do it. Because I feel like they were doing this on the fly and it just doesn't work.
I know I just said that this had to be Hallmark's fault, but I also know that the creators said they thought they were getting 5 seasons. And if you want me to believe, if you take the last 2 episodes out of it, if you want me to believe they had a solid plan for landing this plane in season 5, I don't know if I believe it. So there's that.
All right, let's do this really quick. This is my sink or swim. I want to hear everybody's craziest theory on who Claire is. Who is Nick married to? I'll go first. Tessa is Claire. Here we go. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Nick.
She travels back to the 70s. She's still probably. I see how you're getting.
Why
there.
would it be the 70s?
She is a teenager in the 70s. He's a teenager in the 90s.
Right.
So she's 20 years older than him.
But I'm saying I guess she
23, 24 years.
But let's just say this: like she doesn't die. She doesn't die in the tunnel. She jumps.
We never find out either way about his mom.
Yeah, but if she
20s,
jumped back in the
She
pond,
can't-
she would have popped out in the present day.
She can't. Her
So
present
you-
day.
Correct.
She can't pop ahead of where she was. That's the rule.
No.
She can't pop ahead of the 1970s. Wherever she jumped.
She
can.
can. It's
She can
where
get older.
However
But she would
long you
have
are
to-
there is where
Correct.
you are. Yes.
Yeah.
So she would be popping out in present day.
Still would be 20 years older than him. Yes.
100%. But
Okay.
that doesn't bother me.
Okay, I got it. I just want to make sure.
But he already knows her. I don't know how to work this out in my head, guys, but I'm just messing around. I'm just kind of playing around. Maybe she pops out and Nick, who's always hanging around, sees her and she's like, "Do you have anywhere that I can go hide?" She just says that her name is Claire. I don't know. I'm just messing around here, guys. This is a top of dome
I think
here.
that the only, they clearly had a plan for this character. I think that there's a chance, knowing how many Nick Alice stands are out there, that there was a world where Alice jumped back and then just didn't leave. And then when Claire shows up, it's actually older Alice. But you can't have them both on the screen at the same time, one timeline, right?
Right.
That would be the craziest theory I've got.
Could we didn't even talk about the Evelyn stuff. Could Claire be Evelyn? Does
No,
that make sense?
Because that's
Even
Evelyn's real dead.
Evelyn's real dead. Real
wheelchair
dead.
Evelyn.
I
is
think
Wheelchair
Claire,
Evelyn is dead.
I think Claire is Cliff. Hear me out.
Now that's interesting.
Hear me out. I'm just kidding. I don't think Claire's Cliff. I think Claire is.
Wait, are you thinking about Evelyn, Bran, or no? You're disregarding.
I think Claire is Felicia Rashad. Claire Huxtable.
She's great.
What about
She's
this
great,
one
great.
though? What if
Claire starts Claire's earring.
What if Claire is Grayson? Okay, I know, but Grayson was from the 20s. But what if he wasn't? That's not his original time. Okay?
Oh, I see.
Because and what if the reason why Grayson was so totally fine, kind of having this fake relationship, is because he is gay but can't in the 20s? Guys,
So how does his name get changed to Claire?
I don't know. Guys, I'm just throwing ideas out. Let's keep the dialogue going. That's clearly what they wanted here by not telling us they asked for this.
I think Claire is the lobster from the Lobster Social.
I found Nick to be quite charming.
Charming.
All right. Well, I think it's
In a bad boy way.
I think it's best we leave now.
Yeah.
Rye Guy, we're gonna see you again soon.
Yeah, man.
And we're gonna talk about Spider-Man, and then I don't know if are you gonna do Christmas in July?
I'm game. We probably need to figure that out soon, though, right?
Sooner rather than later.
He has some Christmas movies that he wants us to watch.
Cool.
Oh, I mean that sounds like a cosign from
I'm in.
All right, fair enough.
Well,
Yeah.
So stay tuned for all that. Until then, maybe the first to wish you
Merry Christmas. Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray and that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on the show, go to deckthehallmark.com. Follow us on Insta at Deck the Hallmark. Leave us a 5-star rating and review to help others find the pod. To help the show out financially, you can go to BrambleJamPlus.com. Become a double decker. You get the best corner of the internet, ad-free podcasting, live video watch-alongs, movie chats, and so much more. All that at BrambleJamPlus.com. You get out of here, Rye Guy.